Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Pilates stretch and flow class. I've designed this routine to really just lengthen all of your muscles, stretch everything out, whether it's a day that you're super sore from workouts that you've been doing all week, or you just need a time to stretch your body and move your body. This flow is designed to just make you feel long, lean, strong, and stretched. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Just in a seated position on your mat with a couple deep breaths here. So I want you to think about sitting tall, shoulders stacked over the hips, bellies pulled in, and we're just gonna close those eyes and take a big inhale through the nose. And exhale through your mouth. Just let your hands rest on your knees here. As you inhale, let the lungs inflate with air. As you exhale, I want you to knit those front ribs together, pull the belly in, try to breathe out all the air in the lungs. Big inhale, even bigger exhale. On this next one, as you exhale, I really want you to try to relax. Let all the stress in the shoulders and the upper back and the neck just release here. 2 more deep breaths. Big inhale, big exhale. 1 more. From here, go ahead and drop your chin towards your chest. As you inhale, I want you to slowly rock your head to the right side of your body, bringing that ear towards your shoulder. And as you exhale, slowly drop your chin down towards your chest, rocking your head to the left side of the body here. Just rolling and rocking the head from side to side, super slow. Being mindful of any spaces where you feel a little tightness, a little tension, and finding those little spots just hanging there. Taking a big inhale and a big exhale to release that tension. Let's rock the head from side to side just 2 more times here. Finding length through the side of the neck as you rock from side to side. 1 more, each side. Then coming back to center, aligning the neck back with the spine, opening those eyes up. We're gonna come to a kneeling all fours position. Now, the one thing I really want you to focus on through this whole flow, and I'll keep reminding you, is those big deep breaths to help your muscles stretch and help your muscles release. So we're gonna try to hold our stretches, so both active and static releases here with our muscles. So coming to a kneeling position, we're on all fours with the knees right underneath the hips, hands right underneath the shoulders, and those toes can be flat on your mat behind you. We're just gonna come into a cow stretch next. So take an inhale through your nose. On your exhale, I really want you to press the floor away. Feel the stretch through the upper back. As you tuck the tail towards the floor, pull the belly in here, gaze to the top of your thighs. As you inhale, I want you to lift your heart towards the ceiling, lift your eyes, nose, chin, chest. Try to stretch the opposite way without wrinkling the back of the neck here. Exhaling, belly pulls in, really stretching around that spine to the ceiling. And inhaling the opposite way. Super slow here, just finding that mobility in the spine. Stretch through the back, stretch through the belly. And 2 more deep breaths here. Exhaling to round the spine and inhaling to arch. Beautiful job. Really just being mindful of where we are with our body right now, where you feel that soreness, where you feel that tightness, and making sure we take the time to release everything today. Perfect. On this next one, we're just gonna come to a flat back, neutral spine. We're gonna lengthen the right arm long out in front of you. So I want your bicep by your ear. Your palm is gonna face in towards your body. And then you're gonna lengthen your left leg long behind you. So I want you to square those hips. So press that left hip down. Try to keep those hips square. With the arm and leg lengthened here, I really want you to think about stretching and reaching. So imagine someone's pulling on your hand and pulling on your ankle, stretching and lengthening those muscles. And just feel it here. Breathe deeply, stretch a little bit more. Big inhale. Big exhale to stretch and balance. From here, take an inhale. On your exhale, I want you to pull your elbow in, pull your knee in, tap your elbow to your knee as you round your spine to the ceiling. And inhale, lengthen out long to stretch, reach long. Exhale, elbow pulls to knee. And inhale, lengthen out long. Awesome. Feel that nice stretch. Feel that nice roundness in the spine. Try to keep your balance center here. Awesome. Let's do 2 more. Exhaling to pull in. Inhaling to lengthen. Last one. Beautiful job, guys. Really getting that nice stretch. When you lengthen the arm and leg here, I really want you to hold this stretch. Keep the belly pulled in, square those hips, square those shoulders, and just reach and breathe. Big inhale, big exhale. Then slowly drop that right hand and left knee back down to your mat. Find your alignment back center, and we're going to that opposite side. So left arm is going to reach, bicep is by the ear, palm is in, thumb is up, belly pulls in, right leg goes long behind you. Square the hips, square the shoulders. Then reach, 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 reach. Find the length in the arm, find the length in the leg. Beautiful. Even that stretch through the abdominals here, strengthen the body, stretch in the body. Big inhale, big exhale. Take another inhale here. On your exhale, you're going to round the spine, pull that knee in, pull that elbow in, tap the elbow to the knee, and lengthen out long. Beautiful. Exhale, pull it in deep. Use that powerhouse to pull it in. And inhale, lengthen out long. So feel the body lengthen with each stretch back out. We have 3 more here. Exhale to pull in. And inhale to lengthen. Beautiful. 2 more. Last one. This one, as you lengthen, you're going to lengthen out long and hold. Square those hips, square those shoulders, and just hold it here. Big inhale, big exhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen through the fingertips and through the toes. And then softly lower the knee, lower the hand, and find your alignment back center. Awesome job. From here, let's walk those hands a little further to the edge of your mat. We're going to come to a high plank position here. From here, just lengthen those legs out long behind you and press yourself up to your plank. From here, we're going to pike those hips up to the ceiling, pressing the heels back down behind you into your downward dog. So biceps are by the ears. We're just holding here. Try to press those heels down to the mat. If you need to, you can walk those feet in a little bit closer towards you to really get those heels down. We should feel the stretch through the low back, back of the legs. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. If you need to ever reset those shoulders or reset those wrists, just lower yourself down to a plank if you need to, or lower those knees down and take a quick rest here. We're going to be up on our wrists for just a little bit, so try to stick with me. From here, I want you to lower down into your plank. Pull your right knee in towards your nose as you round your spine. As you exhale, you're going to pike your hips up. Press your right leg long to the ceiling, so stretch long here. Then you're going to press your left heels down to the floor, left heel down to the floor. Try to keep those shoulders square for just a second here. Really get that nice stretch. Then you're going to drop your right heel back towards your seat as you bend your knee, opening those hips to the side of the body as you look underneath your right arm. So getting that nice stretch through the hips, that nice opening here. Whew, big inhale, big exhale, stretch through it, breathe through it. Then rotating back center, lengthening that leg long to the ceiling. From here, you're going to lower down to your plank. As you do, pull your right leg in. Bring your right foot to the floor into your lunge position. So your hands are going to be on either side of that right foot. Just hold here for 1 second. Press those hips down to the floor. Big inhale, big exhale. Try to square those hips. Keep those shoulders square. From here, you're going to drop that left knee down to the floor. Lower those toes, flatten that foot back behind you. And then you're going to press your hips forward here. So we're getting that nice stretch through the hip flexor. Keeping that breath, inhale through the nose and exhale through your mouth. Keeping a long spine here, energy through the crown of the head. We're still thinking about that length in the body, stretch in the muscles. Big inhale, big exhale. Slowly walking those hands up to that right knee, finding your balance, pressing those hips a little deeper forward. Square those hips if you can. If you press your left hip forward a little further, you're really going to get that nice stretch all the way through that left hip flexor. Big inhale, big exhale here. Whew, feels so good. Then from here, you can place your hands on your mat if you need to. We're gonna sit back towards that left heel. Right leg is gonna go long in front of you. If you can't sit all the way to that heel, that's totally okay. Stay where you need to. Keep those hands on your mat. We're gonna flex that right foot. Holding onto the foot if you can. Keeping those sit bones square. We're stretching through that hamstring here. Just find where you're comfortable in this stretch. Hips square. Lowering your chest down towards your knee. Stretch through the hamstring, stretch through the low back. Big inhale, big exhale. Holding here, I want you to point the toe and flex the foot. Point the toe and flex the foot. If you're all the way up here, that's totally fine. If you're all the way up here, that's totally fine. I want you to find that mobility in the ankle and stretch through the back of the leg, stretch through the foot. So just point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Flex the foot one more time. Holding onto that foot, big inhale, big exhale here. We're gonna walk those hands to the mat, pressing yourself back up, bending that right knee. Bending forward, lengthening that left leg long behind you. Foot is still flat on the ground. Take another big inhale, big exhale here. Get that last stretch through the hip flexor. Finding your palms back towards the floor. Tuck your left toes underneath your foot behind you. We're gonna press ourselves up to that high lunge position. And then coming back, lengthen your right leg long behind you. We're back to our high plank here. And we're going to that left side. So first we're gonna start pulling that left knee into the chest. Tuck your chin to your chest. Pull that knee in towards your nose. You're gonna pike your hips up to the ceiling. Press that left leg long behind you. Press that right heel down to the floor. Stretch, stretch, stretch through that left leg. The leg is straight, the toe is pointed here. Biceps are by the ears. Then you're gonna bend that left knee, bring your heel towards your seat, opening those hips to the left side of the body and looking underneath that left arm. Keep the powerhouse, keep the belly pulled in. Big inhale, big exhale here. Breathe into that stretch through the front of the hip. And then rotating back center, left leg goes long behind you. Inhale, exhale, stretch a little deeper. Then we're gonna lower back down, this time pulling that left foot in, left knee in, bringing it to the floor beneath you into that high lunge position. Just hang here, find your alignment. So square your hips, square your shoulders. From here, we're gonna lower that right knee down to the mat. Flatten the top of that right foot to the floor. Keep those hands on the mat on either side of that left foot and just press your hips down. So squaring the hips. Keeping that right hip pressed forward, really getting that nice stretch through the hip flexor. Whew. Keeping that nice deep breath. With every exhale, your brain tells your body to release and stretch the muscle. So it's super important to be mindful of that deep exhale. Let's walk those hands up to the left knee. Finding your balance here, adjust your positioning if you need to. We're gonna press those hips forward a little deeper. Remember, keep that hip square. You'll feel when it squares out because when you press that right hip forward, it stretches all the way from the knee, up through the quad, up through the hip, into the belly. Big inhale, big exhale. Bringing those hands back to the floor. We're gonna sit back towards that right heel now. One side might be a little tighter than the other, might be a little more flexible. Just find where it's comfortable for you, either sitting all the way up to that heel or staying up if you need to. We're gonna flex that foot, try to square those hips out. So we want even sits bones. Then grabbing onto the foot, staying onto the floor, whatever's comfortable for you. I want you to feel that nice stretch through the hamstring. Breathing here, pointing the toe and flexing the foot, pointing the toe and flex, point and flex. So I want you to think about length through the top of the foot, through the top of the leg as you point the toe, and length through the back of the leg as you flex that foot. Let's do 3 more here. Point and flex and point and flex. Perfect. And again, if you're all the way up here, if it's too much in the low back or too much in the hamstring to lower all the way down, stay up where it's most comfortable for you. From here, we're gonna bring that left foot back to the floor, coming back to our hip flexor stretch first. Hands are on either side of that foot, pressing those hips forward. Big inhale, big exhale. Then from here, tuck those right toes underneath your foot behind you. We're gonna press up to that high lunge, lengthen the left leg long behind you, and then we're just gonna hold our high plank here for just a second. Then rocking forward, bringing those shoulders just slightly forward to the fingertips. Then flex the feet, press those heels towards the back of the mat. So just moving into our saw here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Press those heels back, lower the knees down. I want you to bring your knees to the widest part of your mat. Bring your big toes together back behind you. Lower your seat back towards your heels and lengthen your arms long back in front of you. Chest goes down towards the mat, forehead goes down to the mat. Big inhale, big exhale. Let's go ahead and walk those hands over to the right side of the mat. First, starting with our lateral stretch. Cross your left hand over your right and try to keep those sits bones equally pressed down towards your heels behind you. Feel the stretch through the side body here. So big inhale through the nose and exhale through your mouth. Then from here, I want you to take your left arm, tuck it underneath your right, lower that left shoulder down to the mat, and let your face and head and neck rotate to the right side of the body. Just holding here. Try to reach those right fingertips towards the edge of your mat or the end of your mat even deeper. Get that stretch all the way through the back of the arm, through the upper back, through the shoulder. Big inhale, big exhale, releasing all that tension. Then unthreading that left arm, we'll bring the arms back out in front of you, walking the hands over to the left side of the mat. Right hand crosses over the left, taking our lateral stretch here first, sinking those hips down a little deeper. Get that stretch all the way from your fingertips to your hips. Good job. Then from here, crossing that right arm underneath the left, rotating the shoulders, rotating the head, rotating the neck to the left side of the body. Reaching those left fingertips towards the end of your mat, getting that nice, deep, long, lengthening stretch here. Big inhale, big exhale. One more deep breath here. Perfect. And then untwisting. Coming back to the center of your mat, let your chest and belly lower down towards the mat. One more big stretch here. So really be mindful. Feel your fingertips reaching to the end of the mat. I want you to feel the stretch all the way through the underarms, through the low back, through the glutes, through the hamstrings. The whole body is stretching here in this position. Perfect. And then coming back up to all fours. From here, we are going to lay on our back. So I want you to swivel around to a seated position. We're going to have those knees bent, feet planted on the floor. Spine is long and tall. Arms are going to go out in front of you. Palms are facing in towards one another. Thumbs are up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your tail under, pull your belly in, and slowly roll back to lay down one vertebra at a time. So try to go super, super slow here. Beautiful. Then laying all the way down on your mat. Arms are going to be long by your sides. Palms are down towards the floor. We're just going to do a little bridge work here, but it's just a stretching bridge. So I want you to think about the articulation in the spine, but we're just going to start with a pelvic tilt to start. So scooch those heels in towards your seat. Take an inhale through your nose. On your exhale, I want you to pull your navel in towards your spine. So engage those abs. Feel your low back imprint into your mat as your hips tip forward towards the ceiling. On your inhale, I want you to just rock those hips and pelvis back to a neutral position. So just that little tiny space between your low back and the mat. So it's an exhale, belly pulls in, hips tip forward, squeeze those glutes, and inhale, hips and pelvis rock back to neutral. Awesome, 3 more like this. Really getting that stretch through the low lumbar spine. Building that mobility in the low back. Trying not to rock all the way back to an arched position, stopping at that neutral. So rolling through that imprint and then back to neutral. Let's do one more here. Exhaling, hips tip forward and inhaling back to neutral. Perfect. Now we're gonna move into that bridge position. So when we roll the spine up, we articulate to lift. I want you to roll up just to the base of your bottom rib. So we're not going all the way up to the shoulder blades, we're just going to the base of the rib. So adding on in that spinal mobility. So take an inhale through your nose. On your exhale, we're gonna roll through that imprint first, squeeze those glutes, lift those hips up just to the bottom rib, and then inhale, roll back down one vertebra at a time. So go as slow as you need to here for your breath. I want you to focus on that articulation of the spine, of each vertebrae up and each vertebrae down. So getting that nice stretch through the back. For 4. For 3. 2 more. Beautiful job, guys. This should feel super good on the spine, on the low back. On this last one, we're gonna lift those hips just up to that base of your rib cage and hold there. We're gonna add on here. So from here, I want you to drop your right hip an inch. Then from here, you're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time on that right side of your spine. Feels so good. Then rocking the hips and pelvis and spine back to center, roll back up. We're gonna drop that hip to the left this time and rolling down on the left side of the spine, one vertebra at a time. Beautiful job. Coming back to center. It's an exhale to lift, rock to the right, and inhale, roll back down. Coming back to center, exhale to lift, left hip drops, and inhale, roll back down. So it's those little back extensor muscles and that right and left side of the spine that we're really working through the mobility and flexibility. Let's do one more each side. All the way down that right side, being super mindful, loosening up that right side. And then last one on the left, lifting up first in the center, rocking to the left, and then rolling all the way down. Whew, awesome job. From here, let's pull your knees into your chest. Tuck your chin to your chest. I want you to curl up in a tiny little ball here. Just hold here for a second. Big inhale, big exhale. Feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Feel the stretch through the back. And then just give yourself a little hug here. Stretching through the back of those arms. Right. From here, you're going to lower your head, neck, and shoulders back down. I want you to lengthen your left leg long out in a hover over your mat. And then you're gonna pull your right knee in towards your chest. So from here, I want you to think about opposition. So as you're pulling that right knee in, we're reaching that left leg super long. So finding that nice stretch in both directions, stretch to the top of that left leg and stretch to the back of the right leg. And through the front, and through the knee, and through those hips. Big inhale, big exhale. Just let the upper body relax here. Neck and head are in a neutral position. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. With every exhale, I really want you to focus on that oppositional stretch and length through the muscles. One more big inhale. And one more big exhale here. Beautiful. Then you're gonna pull that left knee in. Hands go to the left knee. You can clasp those hands over the top of the shin if you'd like, or just stagger the hands, and then that right leg is gonna reach long to hover. So same thing, opposite side here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So at exhale, we're stretching in opposition. Right leg reaches long, toes are pointed, legs are straight. Try to be mindful of any adjustments you need to find in your body. If you feel that your sits bones are kind of staggered or your back is a little crooked, I want you to find that length, find that straightness from the tip of the head to the end of the toes. So a long line from the head to the pubic bone and then straight line all the way through those big toes. 2 more deep breaths here. Big inhale, big exhale. Reaching a little longer, pulling that knee in a little deeper. One more big inhale and one more big exhale here. Beautiful. Then pulling that right knee in towards your chest. We're gonna lift the head, neck, and shoulders here. Find your gaze to your belly button. Then you're gonna lengthen your right leg long to the ceiling. Walk those hands up the back of the right leg as high as you can. We're focusing on our stretch here, so if you can go all the way to those ankles, great. If you can stay at your calf, that's fine. If it's just down at the thighs today, no problem. We're gonna lengthen that left leg back out long to hover. And then I just want you to hold here. So I want both legs super straight, toes pointed. If your range of motion is right here, that's totally fine. What I want you to do is focus on with each exhale, try to lengthen a little longer and stretch a little deeper. So lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Keep that chin lifted off your chest so we're not rounding into that cave of the shoulders. We're keeping the chest open and just breathing to stretch here. Stretching through the hamstrings, stretching through the calves. Beautiful. From here, I want you to flex both feet and point both toes. Flex and point. 3 more. Flex and point and flex and point. Holding here, try to pull that right knee in a little deeper, stretch that left leg a little longer, both toes are pointed. 2 big deep breaths here, holding this stretch, feeling the length in the legs. Whew. 1 more. Big inhale and 1 more big exhale. And pulling both knees into your chest. You can lower your head, neck, and shoulders down if you need a reset, but try to keep them lifted. We're working the powerhouse here as we're stretching those legs. Left leg is gonna go long to the ceiling. Right leg is gonna go out towards the end of the mat. We're walking those hands up as high as you can. Both legs are straight, both toes are pointed. So keep your legs in the range of motion where you can get that super straight long leg. Wherever that might be for you today, just hang there. And breathe, trying to bring that length, bring that stretch a little deeper with each exhale. Feels so good. 1 more big inhale and exhale here. And then we're gonna flex the feet and point the toes. Keep that belly pulled in, rib cage closed, abs engaged, stretching through the legs. Flex and point. 2 more. Flex and point. Last one, flex and point. We're gonna point those toes, hold those legs long. Try to pull that left leg in a little deeper, adjust those sits bones so they're even, and just hold here for 2 deep breaths. Big inhale, big exhale, walking those hands up a little higher if you can. 1 more, big inhale and big exhale. And then pulling both knees in to your chest, lowering your head, neck, and shoulders down. Hands go to the tops of the knees, and we're just gonna rock from side to side here. Perfect. Just let that back relax, let the neck relax. Then from here, you're gonna bend your knees, bring your heels, bring the bottoms of the feet towards the ceiling. We're gonna grab the outside of those feet. So you're pulling your knees in towards your elbows for your happy baby stretch here. So try to adjust yourself. I know I'm always kind of uneven on one side. So try to make sure there's even weight through both sides of the body. You're keeping your head, neck, and shoulders down, and we're pulling those elbows in towards the underarms. And breathing here. Try to keep that tailbone pressed down into the mat if you can. Big inhale, big exhale here. 1 more big inhale and big exhale. Then you're gonna bring those toes bring your fingers to your big toes. So you're gonna hold on to those big toes. Try to keep those knees pulled in towards your shoulders. Keeping your left knee bent in, you're gonna stretch that right leg out long. So the right leg might go straight, it might stay bent. I just want you to feel that nice stretch through the hamstring, through the glute, through the hip. Try to inhale, exhale, stretch that leg a little deeper. And then pull that right knee back in. Try to keep, again, even weight through both sides of the body. Left leg is gonna lengthen out to your side. One side might be a little more flexible than the other. Try to even both sides out here. Big inhale and exhale, stretch, release. 1 more inhale and 1 more exhale. Then you're gonna bend that left knee back in. Adjust your body here, pull those knees in, pull those heels towards the ceiling, and then let go of those feet. Pull your knees in towards your chest and rock from side to side. Awesome, so we're doing great here. We should feel really, really good in our stretch. We have a little bit more to go. So from here, you are going to rock on to your right side. laying on your side, I want you to bend your elbows so you can rest your head on your bicep. You're going to bend your knees. So your shins are stacked, your knees are stacked, your hips are stacked. Then from here, you're going to bring your left hand to the back of your head. That elbow is going to be up towards the ceiling. From here, I want you to take an inhale through your nose. As you exhale, you're going to rotate, opening that left shoulder towards the left side of the body. Chest goes towards the ceiling, knees stay to the right side of the body. We're getting the stretch through the chest, through the back, so feel that nice rotational stretch through the spine. Big inhale, big exhale here for your first stretch. Then we're going to start our moving stretch here. So as you inhale, I want you to rotate back forward to the right side of the body. Elbow comes in towards the ear. We're on our side here. And then exhale, opening up to the ceiling, rotating through that spine, keeping those hips stacked, knees stacked, shins stacked. Inhale to close. And exhale to open and stretch. Feeling that stretch through the underarm, through the chest. Try to press that elbow down towards the floor as you open up if you can. Inhale forward. And exhale, open. Let's do 2 more like this. Inhale to close. And exhale to open up. Inhale, close. On this next one, we're going to exhale, open all the way up towards the ceiling. Try to press that elbow down towards the floor. Then from here, we're going to lengthen that left arm long out to a T position and then lengthen the right arm out to a T position. So from here, arms are in a T out to your sides, knees are still stacked to the right side of the body, shoulders and chest are towards the ceiling. From here, you're going to look to your left. And then just hang here for 2 deep breaths. So as you breathe, I want you to think about the stretch through the neck, through the shoulders, through the abs, through the hips, through the glutes. And just try to breathe that exhale to every muscle where you feel the tightness and you need that little release. One more big inhale here. And one more big exhale, really stretch. Try to press that left cheek down towards the floor a little deeper. Stretch and reach through those fingertips a little wider. Perfect, then rotating your head back towards the ceiling. Let's bring those hands, bend the elbows, hands come back to the back of the head. And then we're gonna rotate back, close those arms. And then from here, let's go ahead and press ourselves up to a seated position. We're going to rotate to the opposite side. So for you, if you just want to roll on your other side, you can. For me, so I can face you, I'm swiveling this way. So same thing, opposite side here. We're going to lay down. Bottom arm is bent. Knees are stacked. We're in that 90-degree position. So hips are 90, knees are 90, feet are flexed or pointed, whatever is comfortable for you. We're going to bring that right hand to the back of the head. Elbow is bent. Biceps by the ear here. From here, take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to rotate, opening up the arms, opening up the chest, opening up the shoulders to the ceiling. And then just hang here for 2 deep breaths. So finding that nice little press of the shoulder, press of the elbow down towards the floor. Really get the stretch through the back, through the chest. And then we're keeping that belly pulled in. So navel's to the spine. We're getting that rotation in the spine, so length through the crown of the head and through the tail. Beautiful. One more big inhale and exhale. And then moving into our active stretch, let's inhale to close, rotating back forward. And exhale to open up slowly, using that exhale to stretch and press elbow and shoulder to floor. Inhale, rotate forward. And exhale, open up. Let's do 3 more like this. Inhale to close. And exhale to open. 2 more, making sure you find that little press of the shoulder and elbow and that rotation towards the ceiling. Beautiful job. Awesome. On this next one, we're going to open up towards the ceiling and hold, okay? So holding here, you're gonna lengthen that right arm out to the side and left arm out to the side into that T position. Shoulders are pressed down, hips are still stacked, and we're just holding here. So reaching those arms in opposition. Nice stretch and rotation in the spine. Shoulders are pressed down. You're gonna look to your right hand, getting that stretch through the neck. Big inhale, big exhale. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the fingertips. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Letting the shoulders sink down into the mat behind you, trying to release all the tension through the body. 1 more big inhale and exhale. Perfect. Then bending those elbows, bringing those hands to the back of the head as you rotate the face back towards the ceiling, and then rolling back onto your side, closing up here. From here, now we're going to come up to a full seated position. So just slowly press yourself back up to a seated position. From here, if you can, I would like you to have your legs lengthened long to the edge of your mat. If that's too much for your low back, you can always have that slight bend in the knee here. So we're going to do a seated spinal stretch. So as you do this, we're going to start in a long, tall spine here. Feet are flexed, arms are out in front of you, palms are in towards one another, thumbs are towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, pull your belly in, slowly start to reach out and over towards the end of the mat. So it's not a round over to touch the toes, it's a reach forward. Stretch through the backs of the legs, stretch through the back, stretch through the arms. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to pull your belly in and slowly restack the spine, pulling those shoulders down your back, lengthening long and tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, chin tucks to chest, belly pulls in, slowly roll to reach forward, keep those feet flexed, so reaching past those toes, feeling length through the crown of the head. Take an inhale, and exhale, belly pulls in, and restack the spine 1 vertebra at a time. So we're gonna do 3 more like this. Inhale, exhale, chin tucks to chest, belly pulls in, roll down to reach. Try to reach a little longer with each stretch here. So stretch back of the legs, lower back, upper back, middle back. And then exhale to roll back up. At the top of your sit, pull those shoulders down your back. Inhale, exhale, roll down, reach down, stretch, long stretch over those toes. Beautiful. And then pull the belly in and slowly restack that spine. Let's do 1 more here. Exhale to reach. A little longer. Big inhale and exhale to restack the spine. Awesome. Just letting those arms now by your sides. Let's just roll those shoulders down your back a couple times. Lifting those shoulders all the way up to the ears, pulling them down and back. All the way up and all the way back. 2 more this direction. And then reversing. Pulling those shoulders up and forward. And up and forward. 1 more this way. Perfect. Then from here, we're going to come to our Z sit, our mermaid sit. So you're going to bring your right leg. It's going to be bent in front of you, so your shin is in line with the front of your mat. Your left leg is going to be bent behind you, so that shin is in line with the edge of your mat. So this is our mermaid stretch here. So from here, you're going to bring that left hand to your left ankle. Take a big inhale, reach up long and tall here. On your exhale, you're going to reach up and over to the left side of the body, really getting that length through the side body. I just love this stretch. It feels so good. Inhale, back up tall. Exhale, reach up and over. So it's a lift and a stretch up and over. I want you to think about the arm reaching in opposition rather than just rounding and caving over. It's that oppositional stretch. So trying to keep both sits bones pressed down into the mat and reaching up and out and over. Inhale up, exhale, reach up and then over. Beautiful. So we should feel that nice stretch through those obliques. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch up and over. Pulling on that left ankle if you'd like a little bit more stretch here. Reaching that right arm in opposition. Then from here, if it's okay for your back, make sure you're listening to your body here. We're going to open up towards the ceiling. Just looking up and breathing here. Perfect. And then rounding down and over, I want you to bring your right hand to that left knee, and then just rounding over, tucking your chin to your chest, pulling the crown of the head towards the floor. Breathe here, big inhale, and exhale. Feeling that stretch all the way through the back. It feels so good. Inhale and exhale to release. One more big inhale here, and exhale. Then from here, I want you to unrotate back forward, then sit up tall first, or second. Then you're gonna bring that right hand to your mat, and we're just gonna get a nice oppositional stretch the other way. So left hand reaches up and over. You can let that right arm bend. I want you to keep both sits bones pressed down into your mat as you stretch up and over here. A little bit less of a stretch, but still feels super good. And then looking up to the ceiling here, opening the chest to the ceiling. And then rounding on over, both hands come to your mat, walking those hands out to the very end of your mat, lowering your chest down. So reaching those fingertips long, pressing the heel of the hand into your mat. And then just breathe here. Big inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Walking those hands back in towards your hips, pressing your chest all the way up, and then unrotating back forward. We're just gonna shift to the opposite side. So you're gonna bring your left leg to that crisscross position. Left shin is in line with the edge of the mat. Right leg goes bent behind you or to your side, and that right shin is in line with the edge of the mat. So from here, right hand goes to that right ankle. We're gonna inhale, reach up long and tall. Exhale, stretch up and over. Remember, reaching that left arm in opposition of the left hip. Inhale up. Exhale, reach up, stretch up and over. Beautiful. Two more like this. Inhale. Exhale, reach up, stretch up and over. And again, one more. Reach up and over, pulling on that right ankle for a little deeper stretch here. And then opening up the chest to the ceiling. Big inhale and exhale. And then rotating back down towards the floor, bringing that left hand to the right knee, and then just rounding over for your nice little stretch. If you feel any tightness in your knee, just loosen up this stretch just a little bit. We should be feeling the stretch through the front of the leg, through the hip, through the side. And then we're gonna unrotate first and then sit back up tall. Perfect. From here, left hand comes to your mat. Right hand is gonna reach up and over as that left elbow bends for your oppositional stretch. Opening up the chest to the ceiling. Big stretch here. And then rounding over. Walking those hands out to the edge of the mat, letting your chest lower down, pressing the heel of the hand into the mat as you lower down. And breathing deeply here. Inhale. And exhale. Then walking those hands back in towards your hips, sitting up, unrotating. From here, we have two more things, and then we're done with our stretch for today. So coming to a crisscross position, you're gonna sit up tall, so neck is in line with the head, in line with the spine. We're gonna bring that left hand to your right knee. Your right hand is going to go back behind you. You're gonna press in to that right knee with the left hand to rotate the spine looking back behind you. But I want you to keep your spine super straight here. So we're thinking about lengthen the spine as you twist. And then just breathing here, big inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then slowly walking that right hand to the left knee. Left hand goes back behind you. We're pressing into the floor, pulling into that left knee as you lift and lengthen and look back behind you. Inhale. On your exhale, feel the length in the spine as you twist and reach. Beautiful. And then coming back to center slowly here. We're gonna place both hands on the knees. Long, tall spine here. I want you to let that chin lower down towards your chest. And we're just gonna slowly rock the head from side to side, just like where we started here. Hopefully we've released any tension through the neck, through the back. We've moved the spine in all directions today. So we're thinking about length in the body, releasing all the tension here. Again, if you find any little spots in the neck, like this. Take a big deep breath to release. From here, I want you to cross your hands behind your back. If you can reach towards those elbows, grab onto those elbows or just grab onto your forearms. We're gonna do the same thing here. So we're pulling from the arms in the back of you so you can rotate. So you should feel a little bit more stretch through the side of the neck. So as you rotate to your left side to start, I just want you to hang here. That left ear is pulling towards your shoulder, and we're taking a big inhale, big exhale to stretch it a little bit more. Pull that shoulder down, right shoulder down. And then rocking that head over to the right side of the body. Ooh, I just got a little adjustment there. And then right ear is pulling down towards the shoulder. We're pulling the left shoulder down, stretching through that left side of the neck. Awesome. So one more each side. We're gonna rock that head over to the left side of the body. Crown of the head reaching in opposition to that right shoulder as you stretch through the side of the neck. And then rocking over to the right side. Big stretch, big release, big breath. Coming back to center. Just let your head hang heavy here for just a second. Try to think about that stretch through the back of the neck now. And then stacking the spine, stacking the head. Bring those hands back to the tops of your knees. One more big inhale and exhale. Just let those shoulders sink down away from the ears. Try to breathe out all the tension you have left in your body. And you guys are all done with your Pilates stretch and flow today. So I hope you guys enjoyed your time here. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel stronger. As always, thank you guys so much for spending part of your day with me, and I will see you next time.